everyone. So this is the foundation routine that I just did for you. And you guys can still see a couple of my pimples. That's because I'm like Pimple City. But this is basically your sweat resistant, pretty much heat resistant makeup tutorial. It's perfect for the gym, perfect for exercising, perfect when you're out all day in the sun. It's basically stopping your makeup from melting off your face, because makeup that melts off your face is gross. If you sweat, the sweat will come right through and off, so you guys do not have to worry about reapplying loads of foundation. You might need a little bit of powder, but it's completely up to you. And it's pretty sheer coverage, so you don't feel like you have a mask on. Make sure you put the layers on lightly. Yeah, a couple people requested it. I think it will help a lot of people, and I hope that you enjoy this. So it's about 90 degrees today, and it is going to be hot. So I'm really not looking forward to it, but today I'm going to show you kind of sweat-proof makeup so that you can wear it on these really hot days. Yes, I'm here again. Hope it's not too boring. I'm thinking of only doing this at night because I have better lighting here, but in the day I think I have better lighting over there in the living room. And we're in the entry hall, so you guys tell me what you think. Anyways, first thing, also foundations. I am going to be using a cream foundation or 2 cream foundations in this tutorial. You guys can use other foundations as long as they are not water soluble. This is usually my favorite. It's super cheap. You can get it at the drugstore. This is like my everyday makeup because it is water soluble and I can get it off easily in the shower. If I'm doing something more exciting, then I'll always use like a Makeup Forever HD. But on my kind of off days, this is what I wear. It's one of my favorites. It's the CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers, and it is water soluble. So yes, I love it. But on really, really hot days, you don't want to use this because it's water soluble. All of your pores are going to sweat. All of the stuff is going to start moving, and the sweat is kind of like a water. It has some of the same, basic molecular structure, and it's going to melt this right off your face. So I would not recommend using this. First, I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Anti-Shine, and this is great for anyone who is kind of in the sun a lot or sweats a lot, has really overactive pores. I'm going to take just a dab. You really don't need that much. And I'm going to place it in all of the areas that I'm oily. Now, if it's a super hot day, like yesterday was 102, insane, basically just place it in your T-zone. You can place it all over if that's what you need. And you kind of want to get it on quick because the more you spread it out, the quicker it'll dry. And then it gets kind of sticky, which is totally fine. But that's what I use first. You can pick this up at Sephora or just anywhere else. Second, Makeup HD Forever Primer. It is awesome and I love it. You always want to prime with a look like this, but you want to prime very lightly. Some other looks you want to prime with a ton of primer. This one, no. The lighter you put the layers on in this entire look, the better it's going to hold to your skin. Less is more really applies here. Also, I'll be doing a summer makeup tutorial, so if you guys check back, you can see that. But the summer makeup tutorial will include, of course, sunscreen and also basic makeup so that you don't feel like you're wearing a mask all day. And I'll include some of these tips as well, so check back for that one. Once we finished priming, once we finished priming, that's not a tongue twister, why can't I say it? Gosh, my mouth is like not working today. Anyways, once we have finished priming, we're going to go in with our foundation. And the reason that I like cream to powder foundations just like these, I think I used this one in another tutorial. I have a couple others, but these are my 2 favorites because these kind of let you breathe. Basically, once you put this on your skin, I've noticed that if you sweat an immense amount, if you're going to sweat, it has to go somewhere. If you have a foundation that keeps it in, it's going to melt off no matter how good it is. With these, it doesn't hide it underneath, it actually lets it come through. So yes, you might have a little bit of sweat poking through, but the great thing is that it will not ruin your coverage and it will not melt off. So you'll basically be sweating on top of your foundation. It'll kind of trickle off just like normal sweat, but it won't ruin your makeup look. And that's what the powders are for. You don't need them, but you can easily blot off that extra sweat that comes through with a paper towel or something and then retouch with a powder if necessary. So this is definitely not my color, as you guys can see, but I'm going to be using it for kind of my contour and these darker areas on my face. And I'm just going to do it with my fingers because that's what I like for foundation personally. Yeah, and if you guys want to see, I'll post a link to the other tutorial that I used this one in. This is the lighter color. It was the 4-Minute Makeup. or 5-minute makeup or something like that. I'll show you guys kind of, again here, how to blend these in together and post a link to that video because I think that some people might kind of find a couple of tips that they normally wouldn't think of or haven't seen. Sorry, my camera died and I was still filming and I didn't know it. Anyways, what I was going to say is that with the products, what you want to do, make sure that the light one goes kind of here and basically on the triangle of your face, and then the dark one everywhere else. And I know that you can probably still see some of my acne through this, and with normal people that won't happen. I just have really, really bad acne, so this is not the best coverage, but you guys can always build coverage. I don't really need it, so I'm not going to use it, but that's just an update that on you guys, it's not going to be like pimple city. Anyways, next thing that you guys can do is take a powder, and I'm just using this one, and the great thing is that you can swirl it on your brush and tap it on. You guys can skip this step if you like. This powder basically still kind of sets the foundation normally, but because this is a cream to powder foundation that we used, the foundation kind of sets itself. But the reason that I am using this is just so that if we do decide that we need to powder over, we can. Basically, once we're done with the look, you're going to go out, have fun. In about 2 hours, let's say you start sweating, and let's say you have beads of sweat dripping down your face. Now, your makeup is not melting off, but you still have these beads of sweat dripping down your face. What you're going to do is just take like a paper towel or even like toilet paper, really soft tissue, hold it flat, taut, and just press it against your head and let it soak up all that moisture and just kind of leave it there. Don't go up and down a lot, just let it sit. Slowly pull it back and you'll still be good. It'll still be the cream foundation. If you want to, you guys can powder after you blot just to make sure that it's completely matte. The cream to powder foundation might be a little bit shiny, but at least it won't be melting off your face. So now that we have finished powdering, next thing I'm going to do is add some Makeup Forever HD powder. And this is a super, super, super fine powder. I think I showed it to you guys in a video before. We really do not need a lot of this because we're not using super heavy liquid foundation, but we are going to use a little bit. And a really good idea is not to sneeze when you open this. I'll barely even breathe and like all this little powder comes out. That's how fine it is. And I'm just going to take a fan brush and just slightly, oh, that's way too much. Just like putting it down, you see powder fly all over. I'm just going to slightly tap this in because it is such a fine powder. And with this fan brush, just dust it all over my face. You really hardly need any. And again, this is completely an optional step. I usually do it where I have either little wrinkles or just little skin things that get caught, like right here. But this will fill in anything that your other powder missed because it is such a fine covering. And even though I didn't spill it, there was like powder everywhere because it was so fine and it flew everywhere. Last but not least, I'm going to be using a MAC Fix Plus spray, and I absolutely adore this. Basically what you do, you just hold away from yourself, spray, and it completely sets everything. And this will keep it all like locked in. It's almost like a glue for your face. And it feels so refreshing when it's such a hot day like today. I want to kind of absorb it all. It smells hecka good too. My favorites, you can add glitter to it and make it like a glitter spray. They also, I think, have a rose one and like a limited edition cucumber one. Smells so good, but even smells good on its own. So I love MAC Fix Plus. And that's about it. It's your makeup that is perfect for the gym, perfect for sweating, perfect for those hot days that you're out in the sun. You might want to add sunscreen if you're out in the sun. I'll be doing a summer makeup tutorial, so be sure to check back for that. And hope you guys can use this in all of your hot, sweaty, you know, really, really warm, heat, summer fall activities. I don't make any sense. That's all. Love you guys. Bye.